All right, and there we are. I think. Double checking. Yeah. Hey, everybody. John here. It's an odd Thursday evening live, but it's because we got a brand new drop today. There's been a lot of buzz about the new Namco Atari 50 DLC pack, and I'm already seeing folks in the chat talking about it. I see who else here. I see Jeffrey and Takaski, Majestic Moose, Dora Laxon was here at one point. Hey, Paul. Jeremiah. Bok is here. Hey, Cougar. Yeah, so yeah, Jeremiah was the one that says the first DLC you've been disappointed in Atari 50. So I'm curious to know what you think. Why you say that. I've only just touched on the first little bit here, but I want to welcome everybody for being here. Let me know how the audio mix is. You're probably going to want to hear this a little louder than you might hear other live streams, since there's documentary stuff to listen to. I'm going to turn it up a little bit and hope it doesn't blow you out. We'll do that. There we go. Hey, Mechanic is here. Mechanicoid. Silly hilarity. Thank you, Silly. Dora Laxon is still eating dinner here. All right, well, I haven't gotten to dinner. So to Jeremiah's point, it's his first time he was disappointed at Atari 50, so we'll see what he has to say there. I'll say that the game selection feels very narrow, and what's included seems like a concession on both sides of what we're allowed to license and what we can get in. So interestingly, I've not done the whole 100% of the new Pac-Man and Beyond. This is the Namco DLC. I haven't done all of it yet, but it says 100% as soon as I downloaded it. So I think there was another DLC that had that bug in the past too, as I recall. So Mechanoid pole position would have been nice to have, sure. Well, even real Pac-Man would be nice to have in here, Arcade Galaga would be nice to have here. It just seems like an odd little cherry pick of arcade titles when so many more could include. Jeremiah says, I was fine with the game selection, although I probably would want the second version of 8-Bit Dig Dug. Oh, yeah. So we're going to browse. We'll try to at least play all the games. We'll browse through and see what the DLC introduces and offers, and try to kind of draw a conclusion. What is it, like $7.99, I think? Hey, Johnny. Hey. Namco Limited, currently bad by Namco. Yep. Japanese game developer, gave the world Pac-Man, Galaga, Tech, and Ridge Racer, etc., etc. Started as Atari's first big mistakes. Yeah. So a little bit of this, and we have an interview here with Wade and Nolan that we'll see. It's quite interesting. Yeah, Mark says $8. It isn't quite worth for history. I can play the arcade versions. Yeah, so I haven't seen what all is in there, and I don't know what kind of sense it started being 100%. I don't know how much there is to browse through, but yes, Nakamura with the riding horses. Yeah, I read a bit about that. So Nakamura Manufacturing Company became Namco. I did not know Namco. I didn't know that's how we got to Namco. So right away when I got the DLC, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I learned something at least. So this is quite interesting. I'm going to go ahead and run this video, and we'll watch it together. This is, I think, Wade Olson talking to Noel Bushnell about how Namco kind of came out of a sale. Hey, LFL. I see you.
We had Atari Japan that we ended up selling to Namco. Atari Japan actually put Namco in the video game business.
Oh.
Before that, the only thing they did were kiddie rides.
Why did you end up selling it to Namco? What?
Okay, we were young and dumb, and it turns out that in order to establish a business in Japan, you need all kinds of regulations, none of which we did. We actually started it by taking suitcases full of money, cash, and we rented a building, and we hired people.
In Tokyo?
In Tokyo.
Oh, man.
And it was a thing where all of a sudden, they kind of started catching up to us, and we thought, okay, this is not good. Maybe we can sell it.
Did you make a profit on the thing?
We actually did.
Nice. All's well that ends well.
Yeah, but it was just, there's an interesting story there too. Pong, for the home, did not do well in Japan.
Too much space?
Kids wouldn't have their friends over. There wasn't a place. Homes were too small, and so kids would meet in a coffee shop or a karaoke center or something like that, but not at home. So the game that took off in Japan was actually Breakout. That's what established the consumer game market in Japan.
So everybody filing in. So I saw you at VGDB. Mark, yeah, we saw Jeremiah. The Do stuff is here. Yeah, I saw you LFL. And who do we see pop in? Marvin, hey, he's popping in to say hello. I see you, Pierre. Torque is here. A lot of folks just popping in, huh? Oh, Beep Beep is able to watch for once. Let's see if the old games can keep her interested. Well, we'll have to get to a game shortly, right? We're just watching movies, aren't we? All right, so they talk Pong, which oddly is not included. You could, I guess we had that already, right? Yeah. Hey, Ted. Your brother gifted you this stream on the DLC. Gotcha. Mike Guy says, I love the videos on the old and new guard. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, it's interesting to me that Olsen, his first question was, did you make a profit? It tells you where his head is. Pong comes to Japan, Namco buys, which we just talked about, right? So we talked. Now we have Breakout. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I do kind of like these flyers. They're quite cool. All right. So what do we have in the Breakout variety here? Y is play. Let's see how they achieved it. I have my mouse here. I don't know if it. Did we have this one in the set already? I think like we did already, right? Yeah. Dorlax likes the background music too. Tod Frye gets a lot of love in this pack. Does he? Okay, I haven't gotten to that yet. So, all right. So, what's the? Let's see what the controls are. Insert coin, left bumper, start to start. Okay, all right. So, coin, start to start. All right. So I can move with my thumbstick. The mouse works! Yay! That's wonderful. That's great to know, right? It's better since the original. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, so what do we got to do to serve? Okay, but it looks like the mouse button does not serve, so you got to do that. Oh, my mouse is not sensitive enough. But it does work. I can adjust my sensitivity. Maybe I can be a little more aggressive here. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with weaving in games that previously were part of the package as they make more sense in the narrative. Yeah, why not have them show up here? All right. Nice. All right, so out we go. All right, moving along. Video golfer. Namco and Atari maintained a close relationship. In early 1978, Masaya Nakamura traveled to Pebble Beach in California to attend a meeting of worldwide Atari distributors. Now, Starship 1, the Japanese flyer for Namco's release of Atari's Starship 1 arcade game, black and white space shooter, first-person perspective. Kind of like Starship. Well, is it Star? Yeah, of course. That's the cartridge, right? The home version of it. Hey, Cruisin' Dude, the TX1 would be great since it never got an official home release back then. Oh, I missed the beginning of this conversation. Jeremiah said, I do want a Namco Racing pack. Yeah. Oh, the TX1 related to that. Got it. Sounds like the War Games music. This is the same music they've had, though. And I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. All right, let's see. Super Breakout. Again, we've had that as well, but it's a new flyer. All right, so now we have Galaxian. Can we play Galaxian? No. What got included is quite... we can look at the game library. We'll just browse that in a second. But hey, Chuki88. So I played the hell out of Xevious after school. Yeah. You know, I was just messing with... That's how far I got the other day. I got to Xevious and was playing that. It made me remember how much I really loved the soundscape of Xevious. The little metallic plink, plink, plinking, especially when those tumbling plates come at you that you can't destroy, and that really ding, 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 you hit that. Just everything about Xevious has like an otherworldly kind of sound to it. I love it. All right, Pac-Man. See, this seemed odd to me that why in the Namco set, and it's the 45th anniversary of Pac-Man, why you wouldn't include the arcade Pac-Man here. Maybe is that too prestigious for Namco to allow Atari to include? I don't know. So, I mean, clearly they're in bed together right now working on stuff. We've had all the re-releases and stuff. So, all right, now we get our Tod Frye. So we got a video coming up. I do want to check that out in a second. First, I'm going to jump into some Pac-Man because, just because. Let's take a look at the filters, shall we? So what's available? So screen mode, we can go full, wide, or original. Now I think original just means pixel perfect, so there's no scaling. I tend to like nor full, so at least it fills the screen a bit. You know, it's done some scaling, but the scaling is handled okay. It's got a TV filter on or off. I tend to like in this one, the filter's done really well in this one. Some comb filters look too aggressive and dark to me, but I really like this. And then there's the bezel, the bezel, yeah, the environment around there, the TV. So, do. Mike's asking about getting John Shampoo on some of those things. Yeah, his spiders is awesome. I just got that at PRGE. Relaxing feels that Tod Frye did his best stuff in the 2600 Pac-Man, given the strict time constraints. You know, I really follow the middle of that argument. You know, I know there were limitations put upon him, and he was given with a good enough is good enough kind of attitude. He didn't get to do what he wanted to do, and for being such a high profile game, plenty of limitations. But there's also there feel like there are other concessions that were made that. Yeah, again, I'm in the middle of this. Yeah, I don't think Tod is purely a victim here. Anyway, let's play Pac-Man, shall we? Oh, that damn noise! I love you. This game has grown on me over the years. You know, that's not fair to say. Grown on me assumes that I didn't like it. I was aware of its shortcomings, but I didn't not play it and not enjoy it. I think, you know, we talked a lot in my Friday plays about this original Pac-Man and how it just was the one we had. It was kind of its own thing. And now I think of it like it's another maze chase game that bears a resemblance to Pac-Man, but it's so distinguished from the real original, even modern knockoffs. It's so distant from that it feels like its own thing, and its own right it deserves its due, you know? As a translation of the arcade, I think it's poor. As a game in its own right, there's way worse on the Atari. Way worse. All right, let's finish another board here. Let's go see if we can get lost in the tunnel at least. Let's see if we can handle that. Oh, dang it! I thought I could pause. I guess select is pause. I reset, but I still want to try to get lost in the tunnel. Just keep going up and down. Keep it timed. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, all right, now I'm going to let it go with the down. Nope, he came out. Try to get him lost in there. See, I think I could read while I do that. Color scheme change the chomp action. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things that exactly. That's what I mean, Ted. There are other little details that could have been done that I don't think were affected by the limitations put on Mr. Frye, you know? So. Yeah, I'll play some Dig Dug. Yeah, we're going to get there. All right. We've done some Pac-Man. We know what this beloved thing is. All right, so video, the audio volume, okay. Want to watch the videos? This is about 3 minutes. Let's jump in and take a look at this one. Hey, Thumper Squid, howdy, howdy.
We had a coin-op lab with the current leading coin-op games in it. They're in the VCS division. So we had a Pac-Man coin-op around, and honestly, it didn't really grab me the way Defenders did. Defenders was the game that really sung to me. Bob Pilar remembers this differently than I remember it, but the boss at that time, Dennis Coble, said, okay, there's 2 projects to be done, Pac-Man and Defenders. And Bob said to me, I don't see how to do Pac-Man, so I'll do Defender. The thing that made the dots was what's called playfield. So playfield was for, in the 1975 arcade games, was the chunky stuff you were driving around that was static, that was just fixed, that you couldn't change. But you could actually get in on the 2600 and change the playfield on the fly. Now the maze is basically what playfield was for. Using the playfield for the dots was not what playfield was for, but we did. It wasn't easy, but basically in the same way you could chop the screen up into vertical slices, you could say, in this slice, when I get to this part of this slice, I'm going to go through and change the background as we go across the screen. But if you actually want to change them during the gameplay, if you want the second half of the screen to be different from the first half of the screen, you actually have to go and rewrite the playfield registers while the electron beam is moving across the screen. And that is doable, and that is how I did the dots. And then after that, we had discovered Flickr. Now, Flickr and Pac-Man is a big deal. One of the things you can do is just say, I've got 2 things that you can draw. 1975, 2 of those was great. Now we had 5 of them on the screen that mattered. Pac-Man has 4 ghosts and a Pac-Man and a fruit, which is actually 6 things that you would call players in some of our parlance, or sprites in normal video game parlance. And they are, they're little cartoon characters. They change across the screen like the dots you're picking up, they're just little pucks, little ones. And there's only 2 of those. So, Flickr happened, right? Flickr happens by saying, I'm going to always play the Pac-Man, and I have 4 ghosts, and I'm going to draw one of them every 4th frame. And that's it. And then the ghosts are sitting there, they're on for a frame and off for 3, and then on for a frame and off for 3, and it looks horrible. And people know that. And I do so, and I say, look, they're ghosts. I mean, you could see them, they were good enough.
I've heard that defense a lot. Hey, all right, so Chucky Torque is saying, I wonder if it omits playable arcade Pac-Man on the base of Namco already has at least. Oh, yeah, I mean, things go, you get 20 copies of stuff all the time. Hey, George, I see you here. Scarius is here. Howdy. Hey, Rip is here. Yeah, t-shirt looks, I wonder what his t-shirt says, all tiled out, right? It's probably just some brand they didn't want to promote. Do Thumper Squid, GenXGrownUp, how do you sub to the podcast again? Yeah, go to our website, genxgrownup.com/pod. Click on the Amazon button. It'll take you right to where to subscribe to Amazon Prime. Thank you for asking. Alrighty. Oh, we got more here. Okay. Tod Frye felt one aspect of Pac-Man had to be preserved with the 2-player. Alright, another video. Let's watch. I've just read a little bit about that new Steam console. It's fascinating. I don't know if it does anything that I need that I'm not already satisfying. The VR is the most interesting thing to me because it looks like their take on VR could be very fascinating. It might be the one that gets me in. I don't know.
I made this decision in Pac-Man to support the 2-player game. So for me, what I consider to be really important about the coin-op game, and a lot of coin-op games do this, they're 2-player games. You come up, you put in 2 quarters, player 1's up, player 1 gets through however far and then loses, dies. And then player 2 comes up and plays their screen, and when they die, player 1 comes back and their screen is saved where they left off, right? So this is, you're both progressing, basically to see who can get the furthest. Right, so you have to pick up where you left off for that. Storing what your score was, which is not that bad, but where all of the dots were and what level you were on in terms of difficulty, used, I'm going to say, a lot of ROM. And I laugh when I say a lot of ROM because a lot of ROM was like 22 bytes. Right, but 22 bytes is a good chunk out of 128. Oh, there's 128 bytes of RAM. What's the problem? What are you whining about, Todd? But in that case, that was a decision I made. I really looked forward to people in living rooms having the coin-op experience, having a more social experience than watching another person play the game straight through and then taking turns that way.
I can recount, knowing that Pac-Man was coming, we did a pre-order and we went to Sears. I got the Sears Telegames version of it, the black box version. Our whole family hopped in the station wagon. We went to go and we waited in line. We would.
All right, before I miss all this, I got to pause. I see John throwing love around. Thank you, Mr. Barger. What do we got? Memberships going to Valentine Puppy, Dynamite Tiger. Notice they use your handle here as instead of your @ tag. So weird. Tasta Demurda. Gotcha. I've seen you around before, Tasta. Game Dreamers, Nico, Edwin, Ignis Fast, Jason, and Raphael. Look at that. Thank you, John. So if I just read your name, hopefully you're here. If not, either way, you're a beneficiary. Everyone but Takaski anyway. Of a full month of a membership here on our YouTube channel. And that gets you custom badge next to your name that will evolve over time. You can see there's a little kiwi next to Jeremiah and Mitchell up there, as long as they've been around. Custom emoji you can use throughout the chat and in the live streams, and early access to videos. Friday Plays comes to mind. We're at the end of the Friday Plays season for this year, but it'll kick off again. But periodically throughout the week, we also drop videos early to members. So every little thing we can do to show you a thanks for your appreciation. And I appreciate John for sending that love around and bringing some more members into the fold. Thank you. Poor Takaski.
Play 2-player and hand off to the next, because it was my mom, my dad, my brother.
Shall we allow the Vanguard to finish so we can hear this? I think we're caught up now. Nope, not quite. Edwin, we still got 3 more. You gotta love it. Maybe that's the last one. Raphael, I'm not sure. Okay. We're getting back after it.
And we played this game 2-player quite often, and we had our own kind of tournament kind of going on in the family and everything like that. But I was when we think about it as a multiplayer game,
it never occurred to me that it didn't have to be a 2-player game.
I love that it was a 2-player game.
But I imagine people sitting on their couch in their living room with their buddy after school playing a game and then going the other game.
So I had it timed to precision because when I was in school, we had a half-hour lunch, and I lived about 5 minutes away from the school. So my friend and I would run home, and the importance of having a 2-player mode was it kept it fair. Because if one of us just started playing, the other person would get a turn.
Right.
And I think that after they just play through all
Until
their lives.
The whole games, right?
Yeah. And so that really sucked. So 2-player mode was essential when you had very time-critical play.
Kind of not just that. I imagine that the whole emotional dynamic of, okay, my turn. I'll see how I do with this life.
Yeah.
And then, okay, now it's my life. And then yours, it's like, and like I get what you just said, the alteration is at a finer grain.
Yeah.
So you both get more kind of, you get maybe the same amount of playtime total.
But we went from a very competitive, when it was just one game at a time, to us actually kind of like cooperatively wanting each person to do really well. I don't know what the psychological reason for that was.
All right, got some more folks. Look, John's filthy hands. I see he's curious. Let's see. Hey, Thumper, you hit the thumbs up. The right things to do. Thank you for that reminder. Hey, Voljo is here. So Voljo is interesting. He said this will be your favorite set of games for the Atari 50, and Jeremiah was just saying this is his least favorite DLC in the Atari 50. Why, Fry? We'll get to that. Let's play something. Okay, I want to play this 30-second commercial first.
First the Pac-Man eats through a maze of dots. Then the Pac-Man heads for the corner spots. Then he eats his fill of a power pill. And then all those ghosts turn blue. Boo! And
Only Atari makes the Pac-Man home video game, and you can only play it on an Atari video game system.
Have you played Atari today?
Awesome. Hey, Robotron, I see ya. Hey there. All right. So now we got some Pac-Man, computer program of Pac-Man. So I played a lot of this one. So this was Atari 800, 400, 800XL, 130XE, all that fun stuff. All right. So jumping in. Oh, new subscriber? Can I get over there fast enough? MJDXP. I did get there fast enough to see who it was. Does it, Paul? All right. All right. So I'm just going to hit start. Oh, it's so good. And there's something. I think most people know this graphics chipset as the 5200 chipset, but I just knew it as my Atari 800. And it wasn't until later I learned when a buddy got the 5200, like, wait, these games look the same, because they are. They are the same internals. But I just love what you can accomplish with this chipset. Now, unlike we were just talking about the 2600 Pac-Man, how it's just kind of its own thing. This is not. This is very clearly, very well defined as being a port of Pac-Man. And you know, and that doesn't take anything away from really what Frye was talking about in that documentary. You still have that multiplayer experience of taking your turn at the game. It just isn't the same game as the Pac-Man we were accustomed to, you know. But this very much is. Oh no, wrong way. Wrong way! Ah, damn it. Oh, Bobo, you still have your 800? That is the most, of all the things I had as a kid and don't have any longer, my original 800 and collection and all the discs, I sold that when I was in college because I'm like, I'm never going to play with this stuff anymore. So wrong. The worst part about it is, unlike where you can just go pick up your Super Nintendo cartridge, I had discs full of programs I wrote and typed in and developed games and stupid little adventures, and I can't get those back. You know, that's terrible. Yeah, I want to reclaim an 800. I just love the feel of it. Every time I see one at a show in the wild, I just run my fingers over the keyboard, and somewhat inappropriately, perhaps. Whoa! I missed the turn with my D-pad. Crypto picked this up on Steam. Yeah, that's what I'm playing on Steam. I'm not doing my best work with it, but it's bringing back memories. You know, after the limitations of consoles with flickering sprites and stuff, I always found the computer to be so fun because the way the graphics modes worked, everything was so solid. There's no flickering of anything, and you could just do pretty much whatever you want because you could draw point to point, like graphics mode 7, and just go ham. I'm gonna get greedy after that strawberry. It's gonna be the death of me. Whoa! I made it. I hope they add the arcade version too. Yeah, we were just talking about a little bit how that's a little bit of a sad lack of inclusion, especially considering the 45th anniversary. And that being the cornerstone of the 2600 Plus release. Somebody said, wouldn't it be awesome to get the new double feature 7800 version of Pac on the Atari 50 bundle with the random mazes and everything? That would be stupid fun. Hurry, 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 go! There we go. Oh, this feels awkward. There we go. Come around this way. No, don't come up, don't come up. Got it. I'll go until I die again. I just have one more life here. You know, one of the things that I was really... Oh, no, that I was missing... what I'm always missing in versions of Pac-Man is when they don't do the on-screen illustration of, like, the ghost value. Whoa! Like when you eat a ghost and it says 200, 400, 800, you know. I just always thought that to be a very arcade thing to do. And so I always wanted to see it in my home versions because putting the score on the screen to replace the thing you just shot or, ate or whatever just felt very arcadey to me because it was more present in arcade games. But uh-oh, so we talking about the 65 XE? I can't keep up with the chat because I'm having too much fun playing this old Pac-Man. I'm out of dots. Oh, and whoa, I am. The director of Championship Edition has stated the mazes are in the unofficial Champ-Man. What mazes are? I'm just behind on the chat, I guess. Ah! Oh! There it is. There we go. So Jeffrey Funk is saying, I like all the original Pac-Man games and the variants. Yeah. Over the years, I've kind of had an awakening with the original 2600 Pac-Man. Even the last 3 years, probably my opinion on it has changed. The more I played it, that's usually what happens. I have a game, I remember what it's like, and so I don't go back to it. Now when I go back to it, Doug, this is available to buy right now. It's released today. I wish I had some keys to give away. Sadly, I don't this time around. Atari didn't get back to me in time, but it's available on all platforms, as you can go get it right doggone now. I'm going to jump to the game library and look at some of the... I just want to play some stuff. And you can filter by the different packs. This is pack 3. So, Arcade Dig Dug. Somebody asked for some Arcade Dig Dug. Doralaxon, you and I could throw hands over ET. I'm not saying I love it, but I think it's way better than most people give it credit for. MJ, we'll say MJ, saying any of their 5200 apologists in the chat. It's one of my favorite consoles. We were just talking about how I loved my Atari 8-bit, and it wasn't until my friend got a 5200 that I realized it's the same chipset, the same games, the exact same hardware inside. And so I love the 5200, though I only got one myself in the last decade or so. But I love the games on it. I'm not nuts about the controller. I much prefer a standard controller and my keyboard. So, okay, let's see. Credit? Nope. Credit's probably a bumper. There it is. There we go. I think ET is more like work than a game, Paul, but it's not a bad game. It's not a great game. Gotcha. Hello, Figar. Didn't get my fruit. I didn't drop 2 rocks. I only have 4 guys to kill. Come here, Puka! You son of a so-and-so. No! Oh, you jerk. Okay. All right, moving on. Whoa! I missed my turn. When I'm not screwing up, I can usually get to about level 12 or so before I choke. Fruit! Lettuce, turnip, and pea. Dig Dug patterns? I didn't know there were patterns per se. Whoa! Gotcha! Too many Figars. Got him. You come up and see me sometime. Just drop some fruit, or drop the rock rather for my other fruit. All right, come on down here, Figar. We know we got to get him lower in the level if we want to win. Oh, he's coming down too. Good news. No, Puka, not you. I'll get you in a minute, but... Got him. My favorite level is the one where the puka is right above the rock, and like he can't get away. It's so awesome. Rock 1. There's one of them. Yeah. Whoa! It's, I was racing him to the rock and failed. There, got him. Does that count? There we go. There's my second rock. Tinkle, 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 tinkle. Whoa! Got him. So we do a pause. Let me catch up on some chat. This is the DLC. You got it, Captain Crud. So, MJ says, I'm kind of surprised they put the arcade versions in this. I'm actually surprised they didn't put more arcade versions. Yeah. I'd love to see, more Namco. More, yeah. It's just an odd little single selection. So, can you compare and rate all the Dig Dugs for us in this live? We take a look at them. Yeah. Let's finish this game. Is this a double? No, not yet. Whoa! That's dangerous. I just want to... Come on, rock me! Amadeus. Whoa, come here! Come here! He's not going to be worth much points, but I'll get him! Okay, there we go. Arcade Xevious is on here, Jeff. Heck yeah. Let's go ahead and do this one. Missed him. We'll do this one. Let's try that. Got that one. Good. We'll do a loop around, see if we can't catch a few. Oh, Eggplant! I love you too, Eggplant. Coming for you. Oh, no. Eggplant left me. I'm so sorry, Eggplant. Oh, now I'm letting Fygar get away. You dirty, fire-breathing so-and-so. Do. What a great game. I still very much remember remember my first time playing this at a truck stop. My dad was a truck driver. And I was astounded with it seemed impossible. Like, wait, how's all this stuff going on? It's all so smooth. Come on, y'all. I'm just trying to get my rock on. Come on. I know you're mad, Fygar. Crap! Grr. Oh, what's happening, Jeff? Jeff is throwing some love around. 5 memberships. Thank you, Jeff. Who we got? DCR, Zillion, Magus 123, Edgy 400, and Scott Nicholson. Awesome. So we get 5 clips. There's a couple. There's 3. Let's get 2 more up there. So look, each of you, if you're here in the chat, I hope you are. Thanks to the courtesy of Jeff, you just got a month membership on GenXGrownUp YouTube channel. That's early access to videos. That's a little badge next to your name that evolves over time. You can see Josh has a little orange next to his. He just went by because of how long he's been a member. And custom emoji you can use all over the place. All courtesy of Jeff. Thank you for the kindness there. Jeff said, seeing too many gray chatters. Yeah, you mean like Takaski? He's always the litmus test to see. Poor Takaski. Gotcha! Oh, I got one of them. Whoa! I got it. What did I get? About 8 flowers? That's fair. All right, let's bail out. So, well, crap, I tried to exit. Look how fast that fires up. Can I quit, please? There we go. All right, so this is a request to look at the different Dig Dugs. Let's do it. Let's look at the different Dig Dugs. So who's that? Rip said let's tear through the Dig Dugs and rate them. So we just played the arcade game. I'm just going to tell you right now, that's number 1. Hey, Jeremiah, what's going on here? He says, I believe the only arcade versions we got are the arcade games Atari originally released, so we could potentially get an F1, pole position, and ABTX. Oh, okay. But that, I guess, I mean, why was it not here, though? That could be, you know what I mean? Like, is that going to be yet another pack? Hey, Commodore Vic 20 just joined the Vectrex Kickstarter. Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? in a good way, I think. Now, I'm very happy with the success of that Vectrex Kickstarter. What a nice guy, and he really is doing his absolute best to make a quality product. I was happy to be able to bring him a little attention. Okay, so we're going to tear through the versions of Dig Dug. So an arcade game, I'm just going to rank number 1 right now. Hey, Moo Moo, what's up? 2600. I think I know most of these pretty well. All right. I'm just going to play a little. I think I remember well enough. Who wrote this one, Jeremiah? Much better job dealing with Flicker here, right? Hugely. Except Collision is not your friend here. Feels a little chunky. I feel like all the creatures go into eyeball mode a little prematurely for my taste. I do like that they adhere to the rule of they adhere to the rule that it's 2 rocks and then fruit, 2 rocks and then fruit. I just didn't get long enough, so. You think the 2600 more responsive than the 5200 one? All right, we'll see. I have fond memories of. Oh, but it was a different Dig Dug I played on the 8-bit. There are a couple of versions, and the one I played the most is not the one that's on this collection. For better or worse. All right, so we have that one in mind. So 2600. That's number 2 for now. So we'll just slot them in. We'll figure out where they go. Paul, look at you. Rock on, John, dig that Doug. I'm gonna throw a couple clips up here for you. What a kindness. Thank you, Paul. Goodness gracious. Thank you for your generosity. You guys let me keep doing what I love doing. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you being here. So thankful. All right, so Dig Dug 2600. Let's move on. Let's do 5200 Dig Dug. One of the versions of the 8-bit Dig Dug that was out there. So, yeah. Not my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and slot it in. So far, let me play some. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to slot it in above the 2600 version, which would make a 2600 version. Just the granularity of... Look, one of the things I found most amazing about Dig Dug in the first place was the fact that you could modify the play field. And there's just not enough resolution on the 2600 to be able to do that well. And I'm not even dogging on just, the flicker or the sprites or anything. I'm just... The feeling of exploration is lost when you don't have that feeling of I can create new walls and... some of it's there, but... Yeah. Even this is a good version of Dig Dug. So I'm going to say... I'm going to slot that as number 2. Arcade is first. This is number 2. 2600 is third. Okay, so we're running... I hope Rip is still here. I hope we're doing his experiment. I hope he's still here. Uh-oh! Paul, again with you. Thank you. Paul just gifted 10 more memberships to people that are here in the chat or viewers. Let's see who got the beneficiary. Who were the beneficiaries of your benevolence? Bone Meal, RD, The Depressionist, Tony, Seaberry, Dean Ross, Paula, Fresh to Death, Noel Comics, and Mr. Mayhem. That's wonderful. Thank you for that. So each of you, another 10 of you, just got a full month of membership. That's going to get you early access to videos, messages I post that only go to members sometimes. Custom emoji you can use anywhere in chat or in live here. Additionally, there's also that little badge next to your name. Like you can see, Paul, relatively new, he's got a cherry. But if we, let's see who else just recently chatted, and I can, for reference. Yeah, well, Paul Phillips, he has a little kiwi. It's the longer you stay a member, that evolves over time. And I got to upgrade mine. What are you doing, Rip? Oh, you're here? Okay. Oh, I got a super chat for doing the experiment. Thank you. All right. So we have 3 now. We have 3 of the ones included. So let's move on. What else we got, Rip? Dig Dug for the 7800. I don't know it as well. So let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I like this one. All right, let's see. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, that feels... Movement feels just overall smoother here. And I still have the granularity. Oh, yeah, this might be the... This might move up in the rankings. I gotta do a little more. Oh, look at that, 1,000-point marker. Remember I talked about how I love that because it's so arcadey, and you don't get that in so many? Hey, Anthony. Give it a try tomorrow. Awesome. All right, see if we can squish somebody. Maybe this Fygar coming across. Got him! Oh, yeah! Fall through. Great. We get one. Oh, no, you're in the way. I get through him, and I can go drop this rock so I can get my fruit. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, this is getting unkind quickly. Ah, crap. And I lost my turnip. This is good. This is quite good. Yeah, I think this is the new number 2. I can't believe it's beating out the 5200. Oh, terrible. Ah, couldn't quite escape. All right. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do original number 1, 7800 number 2, 5200 number 3, 2600 number 4. So that's where we are so far. Are you keeping track? I'm gonna screw this up, I'm sure. And then we have this other version. So is this the other version of the 8-bit one then? Oh, there were 2 actually on the 800 too. So let's take a look and see how this differs. Oh, yes. All right, doesn't beat the 7800 yet. No, this is not the good 800 one. Oh, no. No. This doesn't even look like it's running on the Atari home computer. It just kind of jank. And the collision with the... Nope. I can already tell you this one is bad. So this is either going... It's going to go toward the bottom, I fear. All right, I dropped a rock. Is anything going to happen good here? Fruit, perhaps? How can you not give me a fruit? And look, I can't even catch them when they're in ghostly form. I'm out. This is the last one. I'm dropping this to the bottom. Yeah, this is bad. So it's going to go original arcade, then it's going to go 7800, then 5200, then 2600, then this version of the Atari 8-bit. Yeah, this one is just not... It's too much is wrong with it. Yep. Cool. Uh-oh! Who is that? I can't see who that is. It's too abbreviated. Oh, it's Paul. Paul, you're going crazy. 132,000 subs. Tell your friends 68K. Thank you, Paul. You just keep filling up that brim. Thank you. All right, so where are we at? So we played a little bit. Let's hop back to the timeline, see where we were. What else have we not seen? What do we got? We got, all right, I said I want to go at least an hour or so. Just take a look at this. All right, so we get up to Galaxian and Pac-Man. Oh, what footage do we have here? Iwatani and Nakamura. Oh, cool. All right, so we got here. We watched that. Oh, there's a third video here. Let's come down and check this. Why Fry? Torque, you're gonna make my hat heavy, brother. So Torque just sent out. Man, 10 more memberships going out. We got Greg, Jeff D, Static Fade, Talax, Russell, Mr. Yellow, Alberto, Atomic Werewolf, great name, Joseph, and the bad guy. Look, I just said it 5 minutes ago. You know what you're getting. You're getting early access to videos. You're getting that custom badge next to your name that will evolve over time the longer you stay a member. We'd love for you to stay a member. And your first month is on Torque. And still no Takaski. That's right. I'm going to hang this one down here somewhere. Poor Takaski. Hey, there's Hawaii the Johnson. Yeah, memberships are being given out generously tonight. So you were one of the beneficiaries. So congratulations. I missed something else. Oh, and the custom emoji, of course, that you can use naturally. So, yeah. All right, let's take a look at this Wi-Fi. Nobody said anything, so I guess by now the audio levels are good for these videos and everything is sounding good. Eliminator has been the beneficiary before, though, I think. Only Takaski is 100% dodging it ratio.
The Friday before the Monday that I started, the Activision crew left. They all just like up and left to form Activision. They wanted their name on the titles and they wanted royalties. So after a year or so, after a couple years, a bunch of my friends left to form a company that did another Activision. They left to form a company called Imagic. And then one of the Atari engineers got hooked up with a major Hollywood outfit and started talking about doing another Activision Imagic, not a deal where we actually got compensated at like a fraction of the profits of the products we did. You know, like Atari was paying engineers $35,000 a year to make 2 games that sold $500,000 each with a $20 or $15 margin. So they were making bank and paying reasonable salaries for something that actually some of us were the only people who could do at that point at a reasonable rate. And one day I went into my boss's office and I said to him, "George, I really like working here, but it's starting to cost me money." So they created Roy. The next week, 10 cents a cart, which is,
hey, welcome, Mia.
A pittance, actually. We were not businessmen. We were software engineers. We were pocket protector, thick glass nerds. We were nerds and burnout hippie nerds, and we were not Steve Jobs. We were not going, no, 10 cents isn't enough. We went, oh, that's great. And that was like in very early March. And then Pac-Man sold 3 million copies in 2 weeks. And in early April, I got a check for $300,000, and that was awesome. So my last name is Frye, F-R-Y-E. And there's a boot company. Someone in CoinOp, someone had gotten a big poster for Frye boots and written in large letters at the top, "Why Frye?" It's there's a thing in Logic layout where if you put a line across the top of something, it's a knot. So I took a big black pen and put a black line across the top of the Y, because why not Frye? I am the oldest I have ever been. The whole rest of my life ahead of me. It's the longest since those times. And I actually am kind of having some kind of pensive retrospection. It's like I wasn't really attuned to the impact that giving me $1 million had on people who were actually, I'm going to say, this is going to gag coming out of my throat, even more technically capable than I was, who could have done a better job of Pac-Man if that had been their role. And I just, why me? It's just right. The not wrong person at just the right place at just the right time.
Good for him. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a lot of chat going on. Sorry. We need Activision DLC. Man, I've been advocating for Atari is not talking to Microsoft. It's just where will they land, I see you. Join us, Burnman. Howdy. We're lamenting the where the memberships miss so frequently. All right, what do we got up here? We saw National Pac-Man Day. We saw that commercial. All right, what else we got across here? Illustrating Pac-Man. Atari assigned staff artist Hiro Kimura tasked with coming up with new artwork of Pac-Man for game boxes and manuals. Today, Pac-Man's consistent visual identity, but 82 with many different ones. All right, let's go take a look. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Now, I remember the little chrome guy, but man, those ghosts are Shadow Labyrinth. Of course, this box art we know so well. Yeah. Well, now, a version of this appeared inside somewhere. Made it out, because I remember seeing this. Does it say? It doesn't say where it ended up. Okay. Wait, so this was... See, all these made it out. I remember seeing this in ads, and this was on the box, but I remember... This was on the computer, right? Yeah, Atari 8-bit computer box. Weird. Mighty weird. Reminded me more of the cartoon. I always liked this picture. I think it was somewhere in the manual, maybe, that you actually got to see it. I love that picture. It's neat. Don't see that one very often. What was this for? 5200 box art, the original for it, and unused. Yeah. Oh, and an unused variant. Ooh, look at him. Ooh, yuck. Oh no. Don't look at me like that, Pac-Man. That's very weird. Good gracious. That's a little disturbing. Oh, I called it the beginning, didn't I? Dang it. All right. So so the 8-bit Pac-Man we did play. The illustrating. Okay, good. Pac-Man's Legacy. I'm going to save that one. You know, it's odd that that is here and there's no Pac-Man to play. The original, I mean, right? So it's kind of odd. Of course, Dig Dug, which we just jumped into. Ooh, the Dig Dug Flyers. Okay. Ooh. It's funny how many people. I mean, I don't mean to gatekeep. It's not. It's funny how many people don't know. But then I've started to realize how many more people know the names of the guys in Dig Dug. I think so many people just called them red and green. I learned it from the bezel, and I read it from there, and I'm like, I felt like I knew a secret code because I knew that. And then I'd mention it, and people wouldn't know. And I'm like, well, that's cool. That now it's become Dig Dug is getting. You know, Mappy needs like the Dig Dug treatment. Mappy is so under distributed and underutilized, and it's as good a game. I think there's as much going on. It's more of a puzzle, so. Gonna rank Galaxian? All right. Well, we don't have the arcade Galaxian, so let's do it. Let's do some more gameplay. I like it, Jeremiah. Let's do it. So we don't have the arcade Galaxian, so by default I'm gonna call the arcade Galaxian number 1 because it's the arcade. Now maybe something will beat it because I have a good memory of it. So let's go ahead and do 2600 Galaxian. Wait, really? Wait. That's a late life. That had to be late '83. I forgot the yellow border Galaxian. I'd forgotten all about. I'm already playing? What the heck, y'all? Reset. Yeah, you're just in the game. Enjoy Galaxian, sucker. You're in it. You know, it's of course with an arcade game, I have to compare it back to the original. I think the diving patterns are good. The sounds don't do a lot for me. But that's the chipset, I guess, of the day. And it's unfair to judge, 1982 and 83 games by the development skills that we've learned in the intervening years with unlimited space and time to work on it. I mean, this is... It's a pretty good Galaxian. Really. Now, it might end up being a good space shooter that isn't a Galaxian enough for me as I look at some of the others. Because I very well remember the Atari 8-bit one. So, and I haven't played it in a while either. Oh, groups diving together? That's awesome. Can you catch them on the nose with your bullet? I bet you can. Let's see. Can I do it? I didn't line it up. Because that bullet in the arcade game, if he touches that bullet, you kill him. If you can't hit your ship first. It just would be a cherry on top if it worked. I'm not doing it right. Ooh, that's a nice... All right, good job. Nice job, Galaxian. Okay. That's 2600. Jeremiah said 5200 Galaxian is the second problem I have now. Another I played for the first time this evening and enjoyed it. Yeah, okay, so let's move on. So that was 2600. 5200 Galaxian. And I feel, isn't this one you can even play? Is this one of those that allow, oddly, to control the trackball, I think? I think that's one of them that had a surprising support for the trackball. Fat Tony! We're about to get down to some Galaxian, but Fat Tony's throwing some love around. Thank you so much, Tony. Who do we got? We got Douglas, Lee, Sis and Giggles. The 7 Nimit. Monitoring everything. Okay, it's a long name. Anthony Q. Aaron Devon. Jeff. And Israel. And UFO. And the Dark Enlightenment. Wow. That made you busy. That's a lot of names to get in there, Tony. Thank you. Look, that is a month of membership for everybody who's I just mentioned. You see your list there. Courtesy of Tony Rio, a.k.a. Fat Tony. Crate Diggers Incorporated. A month membership to GenXGrownUp here on YouTube, and that equates to early access to videos. That is the custom badge next to your name that will evolve over time the longer you stay a member. Custom emoji you can use anywhere in chat and comments and videos. And undying appreciation for you watching and for Tony for giving you an opportunity to get some extra benefit out of the channel if you do enjoy it. So thank you. Thank you, Tony. It's awesome. Let's try this 5200 Galaxian and continue the trend, shall we? Oh, I remember this. Yep. All right. So let's get started. They feel a little flighty. I can't decide if I like this more or less than the 2600 yet. The 2600 was a pretty capable one. This certainly is more accurate with colors. Shooting the aliens and they go bong is kind of a miss for me, though. It's very close. I mean, they both have their advantages and disadvantages over one another. It's a more polished Galaxian, truly. I don't feel the 2600, I think, tried really hard. You got a lot of diving aliens. This is close. Yeah, it's got to be number 2. It's got to be number 2. It's got to be number 2. Yeah, it's just there's so much more going on and there's so much more action. So I'm gonna put Arcade Galaxian first, and then I'm gonna do 5200 second, and then 2600 third. Sorry, 2600. At least 2600 didn't lose last time. It got next to last. So. Torque says on later levels when you hit some of the ships, the explosions or things like the Fuji look. Oh, I seem to remember that on the 800. So if it's a similar version, I remember seeing that there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's finish that one. So, is it just 7800 then? Oh, there's no 7800 Galaxian. Oh, I think that would have been good. And look, it's not too late. Get Bob D on the phone. All right, so we'll do Computer Galaxian. Yep. Hey, Doc and John, do you think we'll ever see a pack that has Space Invaders and Defender? Well, man, that's... I would love to. I mean, that's two very disparate titles, so you have to go to Taito. Now, Taito is working with stuff, but I don't know where I first read this, and I've been having trouble verifying it again, but my understanding is that Taito really does not want the 2600 version of Space Invaders redistributed. So if that's true, unless it's just a rumor I heard and couldn't substantiate, the likelihood of us getting any official release of the Space Invaders, which I think is one of the best versions of Space Invaders bar none, it's too bad that it's got to get buried. Yeah, and we don't see much from Williams, which is now under wherever, it's all under Warner Brothers. It's all under that Midway banner right now. Midway, Warner Brothers, whatever, has all that stuff, I think. So, yeah, Evercade, I know, we got it there. Yeah. They're jealous of the 2600 version. Yeah, that's why. All right, let's see. Galaxian. So I want to see do I remember, I do, it's very similar. But I remember it being distinctly different somehow. Let's see. No, it's not that different. Did the other one have the Starfield? I feel like it didn't. Careful. I might have to go back. Before my final rankings, I reserve the right to review. Son of a... I like the use of the mixed graphics modes with the scores on the bottom. I quite like that. The group diving seems to be more pronounced and mature here. Yeah, okay. All right, I see what this has to offer. I have to go back. I can't. That might be the number 2. I need to go back and see the other Galaxian. It did have the star field, but it just feels somehow, yeah, the diving is just kind of, yeah, all right. Okay, original arcade. Atari 800, 5200, 2600. I guess not surprising. That's the order I would expect things to go. Yeah, it did move smoother somehow, right? There was something, and also the group dives. I didn't see that happen nearly as frequently on the 5200, which is weird. You could, which is another version written later, I guess. So this is about an hour. Let's see what else is on the timeline before I kind of wrap this up. I think maybe the next half hour or so. Maybe I haven't had dinner yet either. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I'm sorry you're disappointed in this this collection, Jeremiah. I mean, I always find I enjoy these timelines and exploring the games in context. It makes me appreciate them even more. There's a lot of obvious. Oh, I haven't played Xevious. I got to play Xevious before I go. Play Dig Dug. Dig Dug goes to the movies. What's this? I want to see this.
I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending the 3rd International Conference on Science and Technology. This afternoon,
what the heck is that?
Well, I don't know, but that's another one.
Good gracious, there goes another one.
They're multiplying.
Have I seen this? I've never seen this, I don't think.
Mysterious underground creatures are moving your way. We have a problem here.
Welcome to the 80s.
Come on, everybody. Take a chance. We're going underground to do the dig.
The Dig Dug dance?
Where your women now, huh? Where your women now?
With zonkers?
As you score again,
yes, sir.
Multiply.
All right, let's get cracking. Oh, you always gonna come
Oh. He's going Bill and Ted style. All right, Rip. Thanks for being here. I see you.
All they want is for us to play with them so we can all have a lot of fun.
Dig Dug's the greatest lineup of them all.
For the folks who are a bunch of asteroid centipedes. That's cool. Holy crap. I've never seen that. That's great. Atari's promotional campaign for Dig Dug included this amazing trailer that ran in theaters. Wow. Dude, the Dig Dug dance. The guy in the suit with the glasses is supposed to be Henry Kissinger? Yeah, he kind of does look like him. This could have been on the Pac-Man Fever album. Yeah, it could have. The Dig Dug dance could have been, right? Absolutely. There's that not scary cover compared to the other one. Wow. Well, here's the review of the 5200. Let's see what they had to say. Has all the musical and visual charm of the arcade game of Mally Whitted captured? Yeah. Good on them. We just played Galaxian. I'm going to go play Xevious. Easter egg. Want to see Xevious developer? Masanobu Indo's Easter egg? I do. As soon as you begin a game, move your Salvalu, I think that's how it's pronounced, the lower right corner of the screen and press the bomb button. Evezu. Really? Okay, I didn't know that. Lower right and hit the bombs. Okay. Well, let's try that first. I didn't know that. That short just wrote itself. I'm doing it. I'm trying to do it. There it is. There you go. Programmed by Evezu. I just learned a brand new Easter egg. I had no idea. Thank you, Atari 50. Look at that. A twofer. That's pro Xevious bombing right there. Would get both buildings in one bomb. As if they cost something. Oh, I failed that one. It just sounds so crystal clear and sharp. There's something about Xevious, the soundscape I was talking about earlier. Wait, Jeremiah, you don't think you can change difficulty switches? Really? I'm pretty sure you can. I'm sure. I thought it was in the menu. I mean, because I think you know you can go and change dip switches on the arcade game. We'll go check in a second. Ah, missed those guys. This is a game that I usually do really well at for a little while, and then suddenly getting inexplicably horrible and lose all my men at the same time. Boom! Got it. Whole thing. Whole schlemiel. Gotcha. Oh, just one. Oops. Well, I get both. Got him. Just those little victories. Oh, I missed. I missed him. Oh, he's going to turn. Oh, 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 oh. Go, 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 go. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Get it. Oh, all four, all four. Three? I get three. Blech. I do like getting all four of them. I got to catch up on the chat. I'm going to pause. Goodness, all this chat going on quickly. Sorry. So somebody else had said also disappointed with this one. Yeah, okay. Not for everybody. That's fair. Only $8 feels kind of anemic game selection-wise. Again, it's the omissions. It's not so much that it's too few. It's that it's a lot of the same thing across several, allowing us to rank them. But like, why no Pac-Man? Why no Galaga? You know, yeah. Captain says, funny, back in high school, I decided I wanted to go by a nickname that was relevant to something I loved, which was retro arcade games. Dig Dug felt perfect at the times. So that was your nickname? Your nickname? Found a flag on your first Xevious playthrough earlier. Nice. One of those games I remember. John, the Xevious, remember playing the exact moment I first played it. Yeah. And then later you decided it was kind of cringe. Oh no, your nickname? Peterson, remember playing long periods on a 7800. Wish I knew where my 7800 disappeared to. Right? Ask Mom. Ask her how the yard sale went. Get to those in time. Whoa! The saw blade guys. Oh, I got two for. Oh, I got hit. Dun, 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 dun. There they are. Love those stupid things. Love them. Just the sound. Like you can feel the weight in the sound. Those things are gonna crush you if you don't move. This is kind of where I learned a little bit about white balance and light theory too. Like, wait a minute, those are all just shades of gray? Neat. And how that could be used. I use that a lot in my Atari 800 programming, to use shades of gray to simulate that kind of brushed metal look. Because you could pretty easily do 16 shades of gray on the 800. I think graphics mode 8 would do that. No, it was. Maybe I had to poke with it. Anyway, I learned a lot about color theory here. Oh, that was a building. Got it. Ah. One more. Oh, game over. That was me. Cool, and we got the Easter egg too. Yay on us. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Where are we at? Berman says, I always wanted to play Pac-Man 2600 out of curiosity and fascination with old manuals I found at my grandparents' house as a kid. So you're a younger viewer. Okay. Yeah, because you didn't experience it at the time. Got it. I wonder if again there'll be release of physical. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, a re-release of this? I don't know. I haven't heard about that. I gotta see. Scrolls on. That's Paul again. Last chance for the sombrero. Yeah. There you go, Paul. Thank you. I'm gonna put a couple up there for you because I am gonna wrap it up right here. Look, I gotta go have my dinner. I wanted to share this with you. I want to spend some time playing the new bundle. I knew there was some mixed reaction to it, so I thought, let's sit down and look at it together. It does feel, I've seen the words anemic, small, less than, whatever, and I guess that's not necessarily inaccurate. I think those are fair criticisms compared to like the console war, especially. And wasn't the Wider World of Atari? Wasn't that that might have been free DLC? I think so. Yeah. Oh, check the switches. Yes, thank you. You did ask me to do that, and I did do it. Yes, I will do that for you. Thanks for the reminder. Let's just filter down to pack 3. Xevious 7800. Yes, let's hop in. So let's see. Up, down, left, right. Nothing there. Oh, you could be right. Oh, no. You see, I seem to remember that it was okay, hold on. Am I remembering wrong? Let me go to an older. Come on. Okay, quit. So let's just go to like the 2600 Pac-Man, right? So I'm pretty sure, right? It has now but I read it. What did I read when I started the game? It says, so is it just telling me game mode 1, slow Pac-Man, 1 player ghost and moves jogging speed? Is it just telling me that's all? No, here's game variation. Oh, here we go. Difficulty switches are left and right trigger. So maybe that's true in 7800 as well. Let's go look. Oops. So 7800, let's dig in here. So let's play. So let's pause this. So before I start it. So I'm assuming it used difficulty switches because it has difficulty set here, but did it use those as well? Or I'd have to look. But I don't remember Xevious on the 7800, which by the way, I'm about to play it. But I don't know. So I'm hitting left and right trigger. I don't know if there's anything visual. Oh, both to B is a dual button mode. Oh, interesting. So what do we get if we start? So right now it's in the mode where your button fires both. B button does nothing. I see. So let's do a quick jog through the manual then. Where does it say difficulty switches? I'm sure it's in here probably. That's a very short manual. Getting started, play controller, left jack, controller handle, forward, blah, blah, press reset, press pause. I don't see it in here. I don't disbelieve you. Yeah. Controlled how you fire. Okay. The manual was lacking. Okay, maybe not. But yeah, so unlike the other one where, I noted before I started, I could pick pause works. I could pick the game version, right? Let me get out again. So at this point, I can hit Y. Y is not there, right? So if I go back to Pac-Man, you'll see what I saw. When I go here, game variation. And more to that point, see, there's the triggers are changing difficulty. And that's not supported, it looks like, on Xevious in the 7800. Is it on any of them? Let's see. Nope. Yeah. So, and that's not the first time that DE has released and then come back with an update to a DLC to fix those little things. So I think we can do that. So, oh, then I didn't play the Xevious really. I said I want to play it, so I want to quickly play that Xevious because I don't remember ever playing it. All right, start. It feels kind of lacking. Like compared to what I know the 7800 can do, Feels a little lacking. I mean, it's not bad for a home port. It feels like compared to the other 7800 titles we just played. Feels a little flat. Like we could have more color, more to see. And it's a little claustrophobic too. It's quite a small play field. I'm sure that's just resolution issues, but yeah, it's okay. Not my favorite. All right. Now I think I'm going to wrap it up. Let me catch up on the chat. Hey, Earl, I tried expansion today and it had some weird glitches. Dying while hitting a ghost? Yuck. Okay. Well, DE is good about fixing stuff, so maybe being an early adopter is not going to kill you. They might have an update. Although I hope they're still working on Mortal Kombat, because I've yet to have an online game in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, so it might, considering how much we got in like the console war, this feels smaller certainly for the same price, but I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. It was easy to get all the way through. There's a bright thing about it, and I learned some stuff from the documentary stuff. So, okay, I'm going to wrap it up. I want to thank all of you for being here, which is on a weird off night. The new release, so I figured why not? We should get together and play a little bit. Grateful for all the love you sent out to everyone. Adding so many members, we get more perks. All right, let me catch everybody who's saying goodbye. See you, Jeff, the captain, Jeremiah, John, the other John, and Paul Stoner, who emptied his bank account, helped me out tonight. Man, slow down. That's too much. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your evening. Just dropped a new video right before this live. Looked at another Pixel Pocket Pro. Tomorrow is the last Friday plays of the 2025 season. Next weekend I'll be at Free Play Florida down in Orlando. And yeah, that's what's coming up. And then a weekend. Oh, this weekend and then that. So next weekend. All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good night. So much appreciate you being here. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.